Hey everybody. Well, today I thought we could take a look at 4 different kinds of communicators from Star Trek, the original series. Now these are different replica props that I've collected over the years, this one being the oldest and most inaccurate, and then kind of moving on up to different ones. And I actually have 2 more, but I can't find them. I'm not sure where they are. They're in the abyss, as I like to call it, which is the spare bedroom's closet where I keep a lot of this stuff, and I know I have a couple more. But let's take a look at this one here first. Now this one here is, as I mentioned, the oldest one, and I think I picked this up, it was either in the mid 80s or early 90s. I don't know, it's been a long time. I think I found this at a convention, I can't remember, it's been a long time. But what's inaccurate about it is it's pretty wide. I mean, you can see here at the bottom it's pretty wide, the lid is kind of flat, and the overall shape of it isn't quite right. I mean, back then, I don't think anybody knew what happened to the original props, so there was different ones that were popping up at the conventions and stuff. This one does have the nice textured, I think the plastic they used back in those days was called Kydex, which they don't make anymore, but I think they make stuff that's pretty close. But this one here, when you flip it open, you can see it makes that beep sound. Now you can see the little lights blinking in there. The little moire pattern is not accurate, and it doesn't move, but the lid is, as you can see, pretty flat. And it shuts like that, but when you flip it open it does make a beep, so that's not accurate. It should make the infamous chirp that we're all familiar with. The little knobs here, they are actually machined metal, as you can see here. I'm guessing machined aluminum. You can see the grill looks really nice, and I mean it's overall looking pretty decent, but even these are not accurate. On the original props, these were actually, I think they were slot car wheel hubs is what they use. They're like plastic slot car hubs. It's typical of prop builders where they just take found items and turn it into something, and they would turn the dials and stuff. I don't think they actually did anything. These ones don't turn, they don't push down, there's nothing on there. But it's not a bad one, but it's just not the most accurate. I have one that's even older than this that's completely non-functional, but it actually looks more accurate than this one does. But that's one of the ones that I can't find. Here is what the inside of this one looks like, and you can see it's very kind of crude considering how old this is. Like I said, I got this probably in the mid 80s or early 90s. This was a fan-made piece. I don't know who made this. I think I heard the name mentioned a couple times, but you can see it was kind of a roughly made thing. But back then there was no internet, and you just couldn't find these things around, and like the conventions were actually the best place to find these kinds of things. And whenever I could find a decent prop at those places, I always made sure I brought some money along with me so I could buy these. But you can actually kind of hear it kind of going in there. So yeah, but yeah, it's not like the really professionally made one, but it was the best we had back in the day. So hey, what are you going to do? Now this one is from the Wand Company, and those of you who may be familiar, the Wand Company came out with these absolutely beautiful communicators. They did extensive research on one of the surviving communicators. I believe it's called the Alpha, and it's the one that has the working moire pattern in there, and you can kind of see some writing on here. And I think they tried as much as possible to replicate this. Now, unfortunately, I will not be able to show you the features on this, but thankfully there's about 100 different reviews on this on YouTube right now, because these actually had rechargeable batteries. I think they were lithium polymer. And unfortunately, I let this sit for a long time. You're supposed to charge it at least, every 6 months. And this has been sitting in the box for at least a year and a half. And so the battery is completely dead. So I don't know what I'm going to do about fixing this. This one also is harder to flip open for whatever reason. This one was the absolute most accurate. I mean, look at the moire. It looks really good. Even when you kind of turn it, you can kind of see it moving. It had a nice quiet motor in there, and it spun. I think the lights lit up here. These buttons, you could push this to activate it. This one here was kind of like a joystick, where you could slide it from side to side and up and down. It has a whole bunch of different sound effects and voice tracks and different things in it. I think it had 20 different things. What else was really cool about this one is you could actually use it as an actual communication device. You could actually hook it up to your cell phone using Bluetooth, and I thought that was pretty cool that they did come up with that. But to be honest with you, when I bought this, I knew I was never going to use this as a phone. I mean, who's really going to carry one of these around? as a Bluetooth device. I mean, it's just one more device you have to carry in your pocket, and you still got to have your cell phone with you. So I think the vast majority of people who bought these probably never actually used it as the phone feature of it. I think they mainly wanted it just because of how beautiful it was made, how accurate it was, how nice the grill looks. I mean, it's actually a very stunning piece. So I'm going to see if somehow I can repair the battery. I did find a video on YouTube showing how to repair it, but I guess the battery is really hard to find. But I'm going to see if I can try to do it. And then if I can repair it, I got to make sure I remember to recharge it every 6 months. But it is a really nice one. Comes in a great display box too. All right, so now this one, for the life of me, I cannot remember where I got this. This is another one that I've had for quite some time. It's probably been 15 years, 20 years maybe. I really don't know. It's very nicely constructed as well. It has the Kydex looking kind of material. That's the little speaker right here. And it's loud. This one's really loud, so prepare yourself when I open it. So hopefully it doesn't blast out you guys' speakers. But here, I'm going to open it up. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty loud. Now you can see the lights are blinking right here. And this is another really nice one. It doesn't have the moving moire, but it does look pretty good, even though it's just kind of probably computer drawn on there or whatever. Speaker grill here, not accurate either, but still looks pretty decent. Here are the knobs, which kind of look similar to those slot car wheels that we saw in the originals. They don't turn. There's no pushing or anything like that, but it is a very, very loud communicator. I'll try it again here. In fact, I was really shocked when I first tried this how loud this one was. I mean, it is. But I wish I could remember where I got it. I either got it at a convention or I may have gotten it from the guy who made it. I don't remember. It's just been a long time. But this is pretty superb. It's probably one of my favorite ones, even though this thing doesn't move, just because the sound is nice and clear, if not a little bit too loud. But here, I'll show you what the inside of it looks like. This one has a more, I would say, refined interior to it. You can see how it looks. It doesn't look like quite the mess the first one did, but it's pretty well organized in there. The nice machined aluminum frame that's in here. You can see the circuit board that's in there. There is the switch that activates the sound when the hinge rolls on that little switch. That's what makes the whole thing turn on, which is pretty cool. The way they have it angled right there. And yeah, I don't know who made this. I just don't know who made this one. I'm sure I could probably ask some friends of mine who are huge prop fans as well and get the names of the people who made these, but there's the speaker. But yeah, it's actually a pretty decent piece, and it was made pretty well. This one here is probably my favorite one, even more than the Wand Company one, just because it doesn't need to be having a rechargeable battery and all that other stuff, as much as functional as the Wand one is. This one's pretty good. Now, this is by Diamond Select. Let me see. Not sure we can read all that. Well, anyway, yeah, Diamond Select came... Oh, there it is right there, yeah. What's the year on that? 2007. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so, yeah, these have been out for a long time. I think you can still get these. I'm pretty sure they're still available. I don't know if they still have the moving moire, but these were actually, for the money, these were actually pretty good. They look pretty good. I think they're a little too wide back here, but it still looks decent. And there's a little... I'm not sure if that's a speaker hole or what, but it looks pretty good. Here's the back of it. You can access the batteries with these 4 screws. And when you open it, it makes the sound effects. Now, there is that moving moire pattern. I hope I can get a good light on there. And look how good that looks. Now, the motor is a little bit loud on that. I mean, it's not bad. It actually is pretty decent. The one on the Wand Company is very silent. It's actually amazing how quiet it is. But look how the spider effect, it reminds, Spock's science station on the bridge had one of those. And in later episodes, you never saw it working again because apparently the motor in there made too much noise, and so they had to stop using it. But you can actually see how the spider effect kind of spins around. The whole design spins around as the whole thing is turning. It's actually very well done. And then it also has a bunch of sound effects. So let me push these buttons here. Okay, actually, I'll show you that in a minute. I forgot. Okay, so let's go to this side.
Spock here, Captain. Transporter room. Ready to beam up. Enterprise is Kirk. Enterprise to Mr. Spock.
Right here, Captain.
Your signal is very weak. Can you turn up your gain? Enterprise is Kirk. Spock here, Captain.
Oh, maybe they're repeating now.
Bridge, this is the captain.
I thought there was a couple more in here.
Scotty here, Captain.
They're random.
Transporter room. Ready to beam up. Enterprise, this is Kirk.
Right here, Captain.
Transporter room. Ready to beam up. Spock here, Captain.
All right. Well, they're directly from the episodes. In fact, every now and then I'll watch an episode of the original show, and I'm like, oh, that's where they got that line. It's pretty funny. Now you can see this yellow one randomly blinks. This one is lit too. Now, with this one's really cool. When you push this, the red light blinks like that, and when you close it, you just wait a few seconds here. There we go, and you're being hailed, just like when they were being called. And when you flip it open, it's got a whole new sound chip from Mr. Spock.
Captain, shall I beam down an armed party?
Isn't that great? I mean, this is really a good one. I think these are probably some of the best ones, that you can buy that are affordable. I'm not sure how much these are going for now. Now, these have been out for a while. I'm assuming 2007, as according to the back. I don't know if they still have this feature on the newer ones. That would have to be kind of an expensive thing to do, but I'm guessing it still does. I've thought about ordering another one of these just to have another. Actually, I may already have another one. I think I did buy two. It's probably still in the box, but it's a really great communicator. The lid closes very nice. It looks, pretty good right there. It's metal. This is a metal lid. All of them are metal on all of these. I have another one that's a cheapo special that is all plastic and the lid is plastic. I think that was by Playmates. And then there was another one that had like a little clock. There was a clock right in here. And, it was just not really that great. But these ones here are really, really good. So yeah, I think I bought these from Entertainment Earth, or maybe I bought it directly from Diamond Select, I don't know. But yeah, I think you can still find these. Look around for them. I think for the money, these are the best ones to get, just because of the functionality of it, the look of it, and the affordability of it. I forgot that there is a cool feature on here. Now, if you want to cycle through all the sounds at once, you just press and hold this button, and it'll do all of them. So let's just hold that down for a few seconds.
Right here, Captain.
Scotty here, Captain. Enterprise, this is Kirk. Enterprise to Mr. Spock. Bridge, this is the captain. Transporter room. Ready to beam up. Spock here, Captain. Your signal is very weak. Can you turn up your gain?
All right, yeah, so it cycles through all the sounds at once. So here are all four of these back together again, and this is just a small sample of the ones that I've seen floating around. There's been so many of these now, it's kind of crazy. And if you go to HeroCom, the website HeroCom, they actually have pictures of some of the original surviving communicator props that are around. In fact, I actually know one of the guys that owns the Hero, what is it? The Alpha. They keep calling it, it's called the Alpha. It's the one you saw a really good close-up of, where Spock and Kirk were on a rock's side, and they were trying to make that high-pitched sound to make the rocks fall on the antagonist. I can't remember the name of that episode. Oh, Friday's Child, I think is what it is. And so, they actually have the original communicator from that episode, and they put it on the rock in exactly the same spot they did, 50 years ago. It's so cool. And I think you can find all that on HeroCom, so check that out. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I'd say the absolute best one, if you can afford these, is the Wand Company one. I mean, as soon as I can get this one back to working again. But this one here is absolutely perfect. It's beautiful, and it was made from scans of the original HeroCom, or the Hero Alpha version. And these are super expensive now, and I don't think that Wand Company is making these anymore. In fact, the links to Amazon, I think they're selling for like $500 or $600, and then the link to Sideshow says they're sold out. So I don't think they're making these anymore. And the Wand Company is currently working on a tricorder from the original series. They are currently working on that right now. It's probably going to be expensive, about $350 is my guess. And they are also taking found tricorders, props, the originals, and scanning them and trying to make an actual working tricorder. So that's going to be really cool. I'm not sure I'm going to get one, though. I don't know about that. It's pretty pricey, and I already have a couple of tricorders laying around, which I'll probably show in future videos. But anyway, if you do want a communicator, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on it, I would suggest the Entertainment Earth one. This one's probably the best one you can get for the money, and it's got the nice little working moire, and it's got some great sound effects.
Your signal is very weak. Can you turn up your gain?
And then the feature where you can make it look like somebody's hailing you. So yeah, very cool. All right, well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little look over of different communicator props out there. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you'd like. I'd really appreciate that. And I will see you on the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.